day, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Get ready to have your mind blown, because today we're diving into 10 shocking facts about our world that sound completely made up, but are 100% true. I promise, by the end of this video, you'll be questioning everything you thought you knew. So, buckle up and let's get started with a real cosmic brain teaser. Which do you think there are more of? Trees on Earth or stars in our Milky Way galaxy? It seems obvious, right? The galaxy is unimaginably vast, filled with countless stars. Well, what if I told you there are more trees on Earth? It sounds impossible, but it's true. NASA scientists estimate there are between 100 billion and 400 billion stars in the Milky Way, but a study published in the journal Nature estimated that there are over 3 trillion trees on our planet. That's trillion with a T, so for every star in our galaxy, there are at least 7 or 8 trees right here on Earth. It really puts the scale of our own planet's life into a new perspective, doesn't it? Next up, let's head into the kitchen for a fact that defies time itself. Imagine you're an archaeologist exploring an ancient Egyptian tomb that's been sealed for thousands of years. Inside, you find pots of honey. What do you think? Would you dare to eat it? Well, you absolutely could. Honey is one of the very few foods that never, ever spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. How is this possible? Honey has a very low water content and is highly acidic, which creates an environment where bacteria and other microorganisms simply can't survive. So, that jar of honey in your cupboard is basically immortal. From ancient tombs to the depths of the ocean, our next fact is about one of the most intelligent and alien-like creatures on Earth, the octopus. We all know they have 8 arms and can change color in the blink of an eye. But did you know they have 3 hearts? Yes, 3. 2 of their hearts work exclusively to pump blood through their gills, while the third, larger heart circulates blood to the rest of the body, and it gets even weirder. Their blood isn't red like ours, it's blue. This is because their blood is copper-based, using a protein called hemocyanin to transport oxygen, whereas our iron-based hemoglobin makes our blood red. 3 hearts and blue blood, it's like something straight out of a science fiction movie, living right here in our oceans. Now, let's leave Earth for a moment and take a trip to our planetary neighbor, Venus. We're used to our 24-hour days and 365-day years. It's a rhythm we live by, but on Venus, time works in a very, very strange way. Brace yourself for this. A single day on Venus is longer than a whole year on Venus. I know, it sounds like a riddle, but it's a fact. Venus rotates on its axis incredibly slowly, so one full rotation, or one Venusian day, takes about 243 Earth days. However, it orbits the Sun much faster, completing one full orbit, or a Venusian year, in just about 225 Earth days. So, you could celebrate your birthday, and then you'd still have to wait a couple of weeks for the sun to set. It's a mind-bending concept that shows just how diverse the planets in our own solar system can be. Alright, let's bring it back to Earth for a quick and fun experiment you can try right now. I want you to try humming a tune. Go ahead, just a simple tune. Easy, right? Now, try to do the same thing while pinching your nose completely shut. Go on, give it a try. You can't do it, can you? It's impossible, but why? Humming requires you to exhale air through your nose to create the sound. When you close your nostrils, you block the only exit route for that air, and the humming stops instantly. It's a simple little biological trick that most of us have never even thought about. So next time you're humming your favorite song, you'll know exactly how it works. For our next fact, we're heading to the romantic city of Paris, to its most famous landmark, the Eiffel Tower. We see it as a massive, unmoving structure of iron, but it's actually alive with movement in a way. The Eiffel Tower can grow in the summer. During the hot Parisian summer days, the iron structure absorbs heat from the sun. This causes the metal to expand through a process called thermal expansion. This expansion can make the tower grow taller by up to 15 centimeters, or about 6 inches. When the weather cools down, it shrinks back to its normal size. So, the Eiffel Tower is constantly, subtly, changing its height with the seasons. Let's talk about fruit for a second. This one is going to mess with your grocery list. What if I told you that bananas are berries, but strawberries are not? It goes against everything we've been taught. But botanically speaking, a berry is a fleshy fruit produced from a single ovary containing its seeds on the inside. By this definition, bananas, as well as grapes, avocados, and even pumpkins, are all technically berries. On the other hand, a strawberry develops from a flower that has multiple ovaries. The actual fruits are the tiny little things on the outside that we call seeds, making the strawberry what's known as an aggregate accessory fruit. So, a banana split is actually a berry split, and strawberry shortcake isn't a berry shortcake. My whole life has been a lie. Prepare for a trip back in time, way back. We often think of dinosaurs as the ultimate ancient creatures. But there's something that's been around for much longer. Sharks. Sharks are older than trees. Let that sink in. The earliest evidence we have of sharks dates back about 450 million years. In contrast, the first trees didn't appear on Earth until about 350 million years ago. That means sharks were swimming in the Earth's oceans for 100 million years before the first forests even began to grow. They've survived 5 mass extinctions. They are true, ancient survivors, and it's a humbling reminder of how old life on this planet really is. From 100 million years to just a few minutes. Let's look at the opposite end of the time scale. Wars can drag on for years, even decades. But what was the shortest war in history? You might guess a few days, or maybe a few hours. The answer is an unbelievable 38 minutes. The Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896 holds this record. It was fought between the United Kingdom and the Zanzibar Sultanate. The conflict erupted after the pro-British Sultan died and his successor took the throne without British approval. The British issued an ultimatum, and when it expired, they opened fire. The battle lasted between 38 and 45 minutes before the Sultan's side surrendered. It's a bizarre and fascinating footnote in history that proves conflicts can sometimes be resolved with shocking speed. And now for our final, and perhaps most personally shocking fact. We started with trees, and we're going to end with a food that grows on a plant, often mistaken for a tree. Let's go back to bananas. We already learned they are berries, but there's more. You, me, and every other human on this planet share about 50 to 60% of our DNA with a banana. I am not kidding. We share half of our genetic makeup with a yellow, peelable fruit. Now, this doesn't mean we're half banana. This shared DNA comes from ancient genes that control basic cellular functions, which are common to most plants and animals, including us. Still, the next time you eat a banana, just remember, you're a lot more similar than you think. And there you have it, 10 facts that sound completely fake but that are absolutely true. From trees outnumbering stars to sharing our DNA with bananas, our world is a much stranger and more wonderful place than we can imagine. Which of these facts shocked you the most? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what blew your mind. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing facts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.